So when I talk to students about what they've learned at a liberal arts college, I actually don't often ask them about the content of what they've learned in specific classes. That content is important. In some cases, it's very important, but it's not usually what I'm interested in my own work with students. I like to ask students to talk about themselves and their experiences in a way that forces them to unpack both the skills and dispositions that they've developed during their time in college. So a skill is the ability to do something well. I usually try to think of it as something like what you do better than other people who are in the same room with you. If I were a good spinner, it means I would kind of hold myself in a certain way. I would have the right form. I'd be able to go really fast. And I'd be able to use lots of resistance. If I were able to do all those things really well, one might argue I am a really skilled spinner. When it comes to skills, obvious ones for liberal arts students include writing, talking or speaking, listening, quantitative skills, and so forth. A quality of character, a habit, a preparation, a state of readiness, or a tendency to act in a specified way that may be learned. How do I approach the whole idea of doing this kind of exercise? Do I do it every day because I want to lose weight or because it just makes me feel good mentally? Do I care about how fast I'm going, or am I just trying to have fun with my friends? When it comes to dispositions, you might think of things like, are you curious about the world? Are you detail-oriented? Do you take initiative? My role in the Integrative Learning Project is primarily to help students unpack their skills and dispositions. Often I feel like students accidentally throw a lot of them out, not realizing how important they are, or not even knowing that they accumulated them in various classes and activities. And so it's my job to remind them. Imagine going through your trash can. Right now, even I, as I go through it, see things I forgot about, like this little advertisement I had for a bottle drive by my local Boy Scout troop, or the fact that I went to a dance performance, the winter dance concert at Wesleyan. The first thing I do when I talk to students is ask them, hey, what skills and dispositions did you develop during your time in college? And of course, when I talk to you guys, you tell me what you think you learned. When I ask you what you've learned and you tell me, I refer to that as a bottom-up approach to unpacking skills and dispositions. It comes from you and what comes to your mind. Here's another approach. It's the top-down approach. I ask you to talk about specific skills and dispositions that I've come up with. It's the kind of thing you might experience if you went on a job interview, but there's one more. I call it the out-of-nowhere approach or the indeterminate approach. And here the idea is that you use some sort of chance-generating device to invoke certain skills and dispositions. So like a deck of cards, where you pick a card out and it has a certain skill or disposition on it, and you have to start talking about how you've developed it. To me, the out-of-nowhere approach, the indeterminate approach, is probably the most important approach that we can use for unpacking your skills and dispositions, because it really models what might happen to you in the real world, where you'll be asked to very quickly respond to different demands that are placed on you. And you're going to have to think about how to translate what you learned at Wesleyan to those situations. There are 2 exercises this semester where I'm going to ask you to use this random, out-of-nowhere, chance-generating approach to unpacking skills and dispositions. One of those is the curricular math exercise, and one of those is the closed card story. So you should look forward to those in the next few months.